Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Entrepreneurial Truth Podcast. My guest today is Stacey Short. She's a single mom of 2 boys. She does live videos on Facebook or Facebook Live that are geared towards helping people overcome obstacles. She also has a podcast that says, Help, I'm Adulting and I Can't Give Up. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Where 2 moms solve your problems so you don't have to. Because adulting is hard. She also has 2 businesses. Welcome to the show, Stacey.
Hey, everybody. Jim, thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here and talk about a couple of things, different things today. And I'm already getting goosebumps. So I will tell you right off the bat, I am super woo-woo. And anytime I get goosebumps, that tells me from God, universe, Allah, Yahweh, whoever you worship, that I am going in the right direction. Now I've got full body chills all the way up to my arms. So this is exactly where I'm supposed to be today. And I hope that your viewers, your listeners get some value out of this and maybe share it out with other people that you think need to hear this message today, because I guarantee you somebody came into your mind as you listened to this that you said, oh, this would be good for blah, blah, blah. Send it to blah, blah, blah and tell them I told you to.
And
that way it's not on you.
And tell them to change their name. Anyway, because blah, 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 your parents hated you.
Your parents hated you. I see that too. That's hilarious. Oh, God.
Sorry. Yeah, we were goofing around before the show, so I figured we'd just take it right into the show because that's the way I feel about this one. This is going to be so much fun. Okay. So, like you said, you feel like you're in the right place. I think you're in the right place too. I get the vibes too, and I'm feeling this tonight. First question, what do you do?
I do a lot of things. Clearly, like you said, I'm a single mom of 2 boys. Most importantly, my oldest son was born with common variable immunodeficiency, which means that his body does not make 2 components of his immune system. Therefore, he gets sick very easily. He gets sick for a long time. It stays around with him. Theoretically, chickenpox could kill him. So that is my first, reason for being. He is my why. I also have 2 businesses. I do Young Living essential oils, and then I also I'm leaving my glasses on, by the way, so if y'all get glares, I'm sorry, but I love them, first of all, and secondly, I'm blind as a bat. So
she's doing that. I don't mean to interrupt her because I just took my glasses off and went cross-eyed to make her laugh. So well, I'm confessing. I'm confessing in front of everybody that's what I just did, so that you're not on the hook for that. Okay.
Well, I know in other that you make it a point to take off your glasses in recording, so because of the glare, and you're completely right. I can see the glare, but sorry, y'all. So anyway, I do Young Living essential oils. I have taken all of the chemicals out of my house, and I do that because of Bryce and myself. I've developed chronic pain in my elderly years, and fibromyalgia is the diagnosis. And I do this in quotes because if you know anything about fibromyalgia, the pain is real, but the diagnosis is kind of a catch-all, which is frustrating for patients of fibromyalgia. One of the things, though, that they theorize is that the toxins in your home mess up your endocrine system, your nervous system, all of that stuff. So Young Living is how I got all of that stuff out, and I love their seed to seal promise. I love everything that Gary Young stood for, and so that's my first business. My second business is pure therapeutic ketones. So from here on out, you're going to hear me say ketones or PTKs because it's easier. With these drinks, you go into ketosis within an hour, and regardless of your diet. So everybody knows the keto diet. The keto diet's so hot. The keto diet's so this, that, keto. Well, I'll tell you, there's no joke in that. Like, really, keto is the thing. I, with my fibromyalgia, feel 100 times better. Now, I'm not a doctor, but I play one on the Entrepreneurial Truth. So,
yep.
So please take this with a grain of salt and know that I'm not making medical claims. I'm just telling you from my perspective, and I hope maybe you would get the same benefit if you tried these PTKs. So better mood, better clarity, better focus, fat loss, muscle preservation, all of these things, and energy. Oh, I forgot energy. All of these things happen within 30 minutes to an hour of taking this drink. And it puts you into ketosis regardless of your diet. Now, I recommend that you go keto eventually, but you can just start with these drinks, get them in your body, get feeling good, and then you can make the adjustments minorly. So that is my secondary company, which is probably actually my primary focus as far as companies go, because it's done so much for me, I can't even tell you. It's truly given me my life back in numerous ways, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But those are my two businesses, and then for like my actual job, I work in the real estate industry here in Vegas.
Nice.
So I'm busy.
Okay, you are very busy. Can you explain to us what ketosis is? I'm sorry, because some people don't know what that is, and we said the word, but we just need to explain it so people know.
Yeah, absolutely. So your body runs on two different types of energy. And the first one is glucose. And glucose is made by ingesting carbohydrates. Glucose is also sugar. So you ingest carbs, they turn it into sugar. Your body uses that for its fuel, and it's short-lived, and it is fast-acting. I'm not going to lie, it's fast-acting, but it's short-lived. You get that crash, and your body just absorbs the rest that you don't eat, and it just packs on the pounds. So that's exactly how you get overweight. That's how you gain 10 pounds over Christmas break. That's exactly how you gain 10 pounds, because you eat sugar, you eat breads, you eat pie crust, you eat potatoes.
Christmas cookies. No, I'm just kidding.
No, exactly. You're right. Thankfully, there are sugar substitutes that are great out there now that you can, and almond flour, coconut flour, you can actually make your Christmas cookies keto, which is so wonderful now, because then I can have it and not get out of ketosis. So the second form of energy that your body runs on are ketones, and that comes from the breakdown of your fat that exists in your body. And that is a longer fuel source. It is a burning fuel source, and it helps all of the benefits that I said earlier. It helps that. It does all of that as well. And then you get leaner. And it doesn't eat your muscle.
You're going to give links to your drinks there, right? Because I think a lot of people are like, oh, I want that.
Listen, my heart is truly into helping people. I think you'll see that in a few.
Yeah,
thank you. I appreciate that already. And so, yes, I will give you my links. You want to try it. I have 5 packs. I have 10 packs. The box comes with 20. If you want to join me and my team and make some money as well, come on. I will not leave any man or woman or non-binary behind. Come with me. I will help you. I will teach you. That's not a problem at all.
Man, that's amazing. I have to ask you, and you said this, first of all, I want to tell you, I feel awful about what's happened to your son. I love to joke around, but I can't joke around there. You know what I'm saying? I have a heart for people, and it's hard for me to overlook something like that. You are a warrior, you know.
Thank you.
Having to go through all that and research stuff, because I know you were been on the computer constantly, probably.
You know me?
Well, yes, I do now. It's been 5 minutes, so no, I'm kidding.
Oh, that's so funny.
So yeah, I have to ask you this though. So on your journey, as an entrepreneur, or starting to become an entrepreneur, what kind of started you out there? What lit that fire for you?
I never intended to be an entrepreneur, like never. My entrepreneurial dreams, wishes. I actually have a degree from the University of Oklahoma in psychology. and a minor in criminology.
Wow.
Before I went to college, I was a sexual assault crisis advocate. So that means I would go to the hospital when somebody's been assaulted and hold their hand while they get a SANE kit taken, talk to their parents, their friends, while protecting their privacy. I'm huge on privacy. Oh, I'm getting the body chills again.
No, you're doing the right thing. Keep going.
Woo! Okay. Sorry, it's just all over. And I would go to court with them if they had to testify. I would go to the police station when they were questioned. I did that at 19, and it lit my fire. And that's what I was going to do with my life. And so I went to school for it. And when I came out, I actually was hired by a YWCA, a rape crisis center, sexual assault crisis center in Virginia. And that was it for me, man. I loved it. I breathed it. I hated that there was a reason for me, but I was so glad that there was a place that had people like-minded like me to help. And so that's what I did with my life. And when I got married and then I got pregnant with Bryce, everything was fine until he was about 9 months old. And he was dying in front of my eyes.
Oh, wow.
And we didn't know why. He's such a rare bird. He really, really is a rare bird. And we didn't know why. I almost lost him twice, and it took 2 years to get him diagnosed. And you were spot on when you said I was Googling everything. In fact, I was accused of Munchausen's by proxy by one of the attending physicians because I knew so much and I was speaking doctor. And I'm a layperson, so I shouldn't know that.
Right.
Which was insulting. So they actually put in a medical assistant to document everything I did for 3 weeks. He had a 3-week hospital stay before we got him diagnosed. And they documented everything.
Good.
If I went to the bathroom, if I touched him, if I touched his feeding tube because he had a feeding tube. I mean, they documented everything. So, yeah, it's been a lot.
It's been a lot.
So in all of this, I've always tried to work around a schedule. I couldn't work in that field any longer because that's a general, it's a Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, 9 to 6 type thing. And I had a ton of doctor's appointments for him. At one point in time, he had 15 different specialists. Doctors, specialists, nurses, whatever. And we were doing 3 doctor's appointments of different specialties a week. And I couldn't work a normal job. And so I got back into the restaurant industry, which is where I was when I was 16, like everybody, and got back into the restaurant industry, and I was there until 2 years ago. So Bryce is 14 and a half now. So until I was about 12 and a half, I was in F&B between working as a server or managing. And that's because I could work a night schedule and his father would have him during the day. His father and I broke up 8 years ago, but we stayed in the same house because we wanted to focus on raising our children together. And we knew Bryce needed so much care that it's really hard for one person to do it. Yeah. So my ex-husband would work in the morning and I would work in the evening. And so somebody was always home because we couldn't take him to a daycare. We couldn't leave him with a nanny because he's so special. He's so intricate. So a couple of years ago, I started hurting really badly. My arms were going numb. My joints were just killing me. I felt like I was bruised. I felt like I got hit by a truck. And I started going through my own medical journey to get diagnosed because I knew something was not right with me. And I went to a rheumatologist. Bleh. I swear there's nothing in this tea but green tea, but and
that's what I'm drinking. That's amazing.
So I walked in, and within 5 minutes of me it took me 5 months to get in. In 5 months, he goes, "You have myofascial pain syndrome and fibromyalgia. You have to get out of your job. You never can work in the restaurant industry again if you want to get better." And I was like, "I'm sorry, what?" Like, I have this kid, like I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. And so when Jeff and I finally parted houses, I needed extra income. Single mom is difficult. cult. And you put my own medical and his medical together, forget it.
Wow.
And so I have one of my sorority sisters, my little sister, who I love dearly, was a Young Living distributor. She said, Stacey, I think this will help you in so many ways, getting the chemicals out of your house for you and Bryce, giving you an alternative with the oils to try to help maybe support, boost, impact your health. And she said, and then you can make money. And so I started that, and I love it. I love everything about it. And then about a year ago, about 9 months ago, well, at the same time, I started seeing this lady on my Facebook and doing these lives, and she's dynamic, and she's very much like I get the feeling she's my soul energy too. I'm sorry, you guys. I told you I was woo-woo, so here it is. And I just adored her. And then I found out she's in Vegas, and I was like, what? So complete alignment, right? So this is what I was talking about when I was talking to you earlier about alignment. She had these drinks, and she had lost 60 pounds, and she's driving a free Range Rover. And I was like, hello. And then I started researching keto, just like I did with Bryce's disease. I started researching keto because she was like, I feel better energy, blah, blah, blah. And all of those things I'd been missing. To top it off, my baby brother took his own life 3.5 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's an addict, and he's bipolar, and the mental health system failed him numerous times. I'm a huge mental health advocate for that reason. And that's why I actually do my Facebook lives. They're called A Few Short Minutes because my last name, and I try to keep it under 10 minutes. So it's micro.
Perfect. That's really good.
Thanks. Sometimes I get these downloads from somewhere, and I'm like, it's usually in the shower.
Good.
So I do micro content on Facebook. I talk about things that affect people. The suicide one was a little bit longer, around the anniversary, actually around his birthday. For obvious reasons, that's a little more intricate topic. But I talk about imposter syndrome. I talk about depression, because after Nate died, I went into a deep depression. I've never been so low. And when I tell you these drinks saved my life, it's because putting me into ketosis boosted my mood so much that it did me better than the antidepressants that I'm on.
Wow.
And it's natural. So for the first time, I've been on these drinks for a year. And about 6 months ago, for the first time in 3 years, I could honestly say I was feeling joy again. And
that's awesome.
I will forever be grateful for these drinks, because they saved my life, and they gave my kids their mom back. And I think that's most important.
It is.
Yeah.
You've been through a lot.
Unfortunately.
You've been through a lot. No, fortunately, unfortunately, it makes us who we are. It gives us a story. It helps us to help other people, and it gives us the access to be able to help those people.
That is, that's what I'm hoping.
Oh, it is. Yeah. You'll do a lot of that. I already know. So you said you talk about imposter syndrome. That's a big one on this show. I go through that as well. Just putting it out there because that's me. I'm not afraid to go talk to people. I'm not.
No, you shouldn't be.
No idea. I have no idea who anybody. I hadn't met you till today, right?
Right.
This is going great. I mean, it's been going very, very good. So this happens a lot, and I'm blessed to have really good-hearted people on this show. But my limiting beliefs are around money and making money online and all that type of thing. And is what I do valuable? Was the question that I had. So I go through that from time to time. So can you tell us, if you've went through it, watched other people go through it, what it is and how you overcome it or help other people overcome it?
Oh gosh. Yeah. I don't know anybody that doesn't feel it. I just know a bunch of people that won't admit to it.
I admit it.
I admit it. I am a huge fan of Brene Brown and her TED Talk about shame and being vulnerable. So that is how I get through those limiting beliefs, is I'll turn on her. And she's got a Netflix special too that's amazing. So I'll listen to one of her TED Talks, or her and Oprah. Her interview with Oprah on a Super Soul Sunday is out of this world good. So if you need that boost, do that boost. And I'll tell you right now, I am super transparent. It took me a minute to get there because I didn't think people wanted to see my struggle. It wasn't that I was afraid to share it. I just didn't think it would be received in a beneficial way. But let me show you right now, to be completely honest, I live in a 1-bedroom, you guys.
Wow.
I live in a 1-bedroom. My boys have the bedroom. This is my bed. This is also our couch.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can see my whole apartment. And that right here, hold on, figure it out. Right in here is my life stacked in a bunch of totes, because I don't have room for things that I've accumulated. I'm 43, I've had a life. So I tried to hide that at first because I think people would I was afraid of the reception, in all honesty.
You're afraid people wouldn't see you for who you are because they see your surroundings instead.
And say, what the is she talking about? She lives in a 1-bedroom.
Yep.
So who is she to preach? Who is she to, she's not an entrepreneur. No, she's poor. I'm not
poor. A lot of
us
are. I am too.
So that's what helps me through my limiting beliefs is I've seen the lowest of the low for me, and I'm not going back there. I can't. I can't for me. I can't for my boys.
Right.
I can't in the honor of my brother's memory. Yep. So I'm just not. And
you have so much fuel there.
Yeah, I'm pretty fiery.
You do. No. I mean, you have so much to fuel you to go further.
Yeah, I think I can. I think I can. It's just a matter of when. And if
I had
you know
such
anything,
a terrible joke. I was thinking of the Thomas the Train, or one of them trains. I can't remember.
I think I can. I think it's a little.
That's it right there.
A little engine that could. Come on.
Yes. Okay. The little Thomas the Train that could. No, I'm kidding.
Right.
Yeah, I messed it up. It was supposed to be funny, but it's.
I think I can. I have also been in therapy for 5.5 years. I am a recovering codependent.
Okay.
I've been in narcissistic relationships that broke me, and I'm coming out of that. And there's nothing wrong, you guys, with getting therapy.
Nothing.
And if you can't afford it, if your insurance doesn't cover it, call around anyway. See who will do a sliding scale with your income. I can tell you honestly, that was going to be my profession, and I would have taken $5 from people if that's all they could give, just to get them help. And the sexual crisis counselor or crisis center that I was in was actually free, because it was funded by the YWCA and United Way. So and a different Violence Against Women Act that Clinton put into place, and all kinds of things. So I liked being there because it was free, and I know that the people that needed it were coming. So
I wanted to say something real quick about this, because there's such a stigma on people that have mental health issues. And I think that it's just like going to the doctor for, I had kidney failure. So I had a kidney transplant. I was on dialysis for 3.5 years. So, should you throw me away just because and lock me up just because I had an issue? See, I think this is the thing that we failed to see. People go through a lot of stuff and a lot of trauma, and it's real, folks. It's not fake. It's not, whatever. And we can't always be positive no matter what. Things happen in our lives, and we can't look down on those people just because they need a hand in a different area. And that's all it is.
Yeah. If you haven't seen the latest interview between Lady Gaga and Oprah Winfrey that just happened last week, Google it. It's in YouTube. Watch it. I mean, talk about money can't buy happiness or health. She's a multi-millionaire, one of the biggest pop stars on the planet, and yet she suffers from fibromyalgia greatly. Yeah. And there's nothing that the doctors in the world can do to stop it. It is a lot from internalizing trauma. So you're going to throw Lady Gaga away because she had is broken and admits to being broken.
Right.
I
I
think
think the
she's
people that are admitting that they're broken, and I see this in the NFL, the NBA, we see it in pop stars now. But we used to, if someone admitted they were broken, they were looked down upon.
right.
And I'm telling
Absolutely.
you, there's no reason to do that any longer. It's so much of a different climate now.
I'm so thankful. I'm so, that's something that late Gen X and millennials have done right,
Yes.
honestly, is make it okay to need help.
Mm-hmm. And there's more heart-based entrepreneurs now than I think there's ever been.
And I am one of them.
I
Absolutely
know
am
you
one of
are.
them.
I know you are. See, it's funny because that's who I attract to this show. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me how, because I'll just put something out there and somebody will say, "Oh, okay, I want to do that," and I don't even know that person. And they'll come on, and I'm just like, "There's this synergy with this person that I've never met before. It's on the same page with me, and it's just something I can't even put into words what that means to me."
It's alignment. It's
Yeah.
alignment, Jim.
So, yeah, we started with that, didn't we? No.
We did start with that. All right. Thank you, everybody. Good night from Vegas. No, I'm just kidding. That's the end of the show.
That was great. Oh, I don't think so. So.
Not done with
I think
you.
we got more to go. I think we got more to get out here. I really do.
So I never intended to be an entrepreneur, but I did it because of the ease of starting your own business now. You don't have to get a small business loan. And I think that the tide is turning on the negativity on direct sales or MLMs, network marketing, community-based marketing, whatever label you want to put on it. I am not scammy. I am not skeezy. I am not looking to take your dime and run. I am a mom who is trying her damnedest to make her ends meet, to provide a good life for her children and herself, and do it without the assistance of the state, the government, the whomever. So, there are tons of stories like mine that exist in network marketing. And I think the tide is finally turning away from the negativity of the 80s and the 90s, finally. And so it was with ease that I started these businesses. And I'm so grateful to these women in my life for helping me start these businesses and encouraging me. I have great uplines, fantastic uplines. And they check on me, they push me, they hold me accountable. And I in turn do the same to my teammates. And they also recognize that their achievements are not their achievements. Their achievements are a sum of all of ours. And they're very appreciative of that too. So I don't know if you know Jessie Lee Ward. She is the queen right under Lisa Grossman of network marketing. If Lisa Grossman's the mother, then Jessie Lee is the queen, and she is my upline. She's right to, so I've got Erin and then I have Jessie Lee. So I have a fantastic direct line to the goddess of she's $1 million earner, and she continues to be a multi-million-dollar earner because who she attracts. She attracts a lot of people that lead with their hearts. She wants you to, and if you're not that person, you don't find your place in the team. After a while, you just kind of go, this vibe isn't mine, which is fine. Not everybody leads from their hearts.
That's the truth.
I recognize that and I honor that.
But it's like this is going to be number 54 show for me since September. That's quite a lot in those little months. But the thing is, it's like I've got all these people and it's like 54 different people, and they're all in one way or another very similar on the inside. You know what I mean?
I think that's going to be part of your brand then. It has to be.
Yeah, I think it is. It's just amazing. I started the show on my 50th birthday. So yeah, on the 25th of September. So started on that date because I said I wanted to do something different. I had a Lions podcast. So it was pretty successful.
And I saw that when I Googled your name. You're right. It was.
Yeah, I did pretty good with that. And then I said, it's just not my heart. It's not what I want to do. This is what I really want to do, I just don't want to complain about the Lions anymore. No, I'm just kidding. They're just terrible. Year in, year out, same thing. I went way off the beaten path there. Sorry. But it's just a thing of, like you said, in your organization. I want to say something about multi-level marketing. We in Michigan, I live in Michigan. I live in Muskegon, Michigan. And in Ada, in Michigan, which is like 45 minutes away or pretty close by Grand Rapids, was the start of Amway all those years ago. And that was, I don't know if that was the start of network marketing, but that's what put it on the map there and gave it some of the negative connotations that it had before. And now I know a lot of people in different network marketing organizations, and I love them to death. And I would never want them to do anything else because they're very good at what they do. They make a good living. Kevin Bostrom was on the show, and he's doing really well for himself in network marketing. And his whole thing was he wanted to buy his mom a car. Look at the heart there.
Yeah, I want to buy myself a car and a house.
Yeah,
I want to buy my boys a house.
You should. You will.
Thank you.
Yeah, you will. You'll attract those people.
Yeah, that's the plan. I just want people to see my heart and know that what I'm selling them is not a bill of goods. What I'm selling them is actually me.
That's what we're all doing.
So I'm a keto coach. I will help you with your diet. I will encourage you. I can't do more than you because it is your life and you have to be involved. I can hold you accountable if that's what you want.
She can slap you around a little bit.
Yep. A little bit. That's a completely different profession.
Oh, sorry. Well, if you have a website under the list of services, no, I'm just kidding. Should be a one-stop shop over there.
I don't need one more job, Jim. I'm good.
I'm good with that. Okay. All right, guys.
It is Vegas, though, so you never know.
I told her before the show that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, so that was the end of the show.
Yep, that's it. I'm from Vegas. Good night. That's
Good
it.
Night.
It's cut.
No, but it's funny because how we market things is different. I mean, you're going to go to people and you're going to say, hey, you know what? I want to help you change your life. And guess what? You can make some money doing that. If you want to look at the opportunity that's here, you know what? You can make some money doing that. And I think that that's not a bad thing. People take it as a horrible thing because it's been to families and the 100 people list and all this stuff. But if you do it from your heart, it's totally different.
Yes, that exists, 100 people list, and that's all that stuff. It actually induces anxiety in me because I am not that person.
Good.
But what I do is I share on Facebook. More is my focus. That's more of my age range. I'm venturing into Instagram, thinking about TikTok. I don't know. It's just a lot. So
I worry about TikTok because then when it goes down to 0. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. It explodes, and it usually does, Yeah.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Sorry,
Vine.
I'm weird.
Yeah. So that's what I do. I create micro content that is in alignment with my heart, and I share it vulnerable, raw. I don't edit my podcast.
Me neither. Well, I do now.
I
can't say that.
I just put my intro and outro and splice it together. So it's raw, but it's me.
You have an outro. I don't even have that.
I do have an outro. I had to do a lot of research. It's all me.
I didn't even do that.
Yeah. So I just don't edit my life, and I share it, not like overshare, but I share and create the micro content that is in line with me. So this is what we were discussing before we started is you can create micro content that is in alignment with your capabilities. There is something special about you. Whether you're a Star Wars nerd, a book nerd, a fitness guru, or you just love fitness, if you're a home chef, if you are, oh my gosh, my sister-in-law with the Great British Baking whatever. That's what I watched over Christmas break with her, and she was like making Swiss meringue yesterday.
Nice.
Great, do that. But like share it, video it. If you, for me, I shake up my ketones every day and I publish that. So people know I am taking this product. This product is working for me. It's elevating my mood. It's giving me energy, clarity, focus. I struggle with my weight because I don't have a gallbladder, and the fibromyalgia and the pills that I'm on make it very difficult for me to actually lose the extra 40 pounds I'm carrying. But I feel fantastic otherwise. And it's
Good.
due a lot to my diet and these drinks. So just create your micro content and share your life. If you make vision boards, share the vision boards. These are my vision boards. I love manifestation.
Nice.
I believe in it wholeheartedly. In
I
fact,
wish I could see that.
I know. Put your glasses on real fast.
Hold on. I can do that. Oh, wow.
This is just one of them.
It's amazing.
So this is the house that I want for the kids. I want to be able to get a bunch of, different kinds of shoes, a Louis Vuitton bag because I am a girly girl. I want to take the kids to the Maldives. This is my free car that I want. I want to have a stable and loving relationship. This is like wealth to me, financial wealth. And this is the body I want to be comfortable having. I actually just scheduled a boudoir shoot just for me. Nice. So that is a step towards this one. This one will be to fruition soon. And then this is me working with my team all together to help each other achieve whatever their goal is. So that's just one. I have a vision board right in front of me that I can't turn the computer to.
That's okay. But I like that. I thought that was really nice because it shows the different aspects of your life and what you want for that.
Absolutely. So if that's something that you want to do and you don't know, film it. Video it. Admit that you don't know what the hell you're doing, but you're going to try anyway. And people eat that stuff up. They love it when you are vulnerable and you're not perfect, and you don't know what you're doing, and you're saying, okay, well, guys, here we go. We're going to learn together. And that video, those kind of videos get shared out like crazy. And that is how you attract people to you. That is law of attraction and attraction marketing without hitting your friends and family in network marketing.
I agree with you 100%.
You don't have to.
I say this all the time. It's like you vibe attracts your tribe. That's the way it is. It really is.
That statement is very true. It's a lot truer than people think.
Yep.
Understand?
Yep.
So in MLM, you don't have to talk to your parents and your brother and your sister and your best friend and buy these drinks, buy these drinks, buy these drinks. No, share your life. Share your life, and share your life not about the business. Share your life 10 times about being a mom. And I'm very open about my apartment. I tell people when I'm on my lives, let you coming to you from my little tiny apartment. And people are so gracious in that. And so to circle back to earlier, why I was having limiting beliefs is I was so afraid of how I was going to be received. People were so nice. People were so encouraging. They were so gracious. They were so, don't worry, Stacey, you're amazing. You're resilient. You're going to get through this. We believe in you. And I could not have been more shocked and more grateful for their support. So if that is why you have a limiting belief, push through it. It's scary as hell. It's scary as hell. It is. Let's just admit that right now. Do you feel like you're going to throw up? Yes. Follow the puke. That's something my team. That's something my team says. Yeah, my team says that to each other. Like, oh, I feel like I'm going to throw up. Oh, well, then that's what you need to do. Let's go. So follow the puke. Literally.
You are so amazing.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
I love it how you're just transparent. You're open. But I would say this is my future mansion. Or this is my future place of, whatever was on your board. I really believe that because I live in an inner city neighborhood where people get shot. I do. I mean, I live in a dangerous place, to be honest. And it's like most people wouldn't know that. I mean, they don't have to know that, but I don't care.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, we've had so many guests on this show. We've had a gerbil, we've had a hamster, we've had cats and dogs, and we're totally fine with our furry friends on this show. But anyhow, so, back to the limiting beliefs, I think that For me, you know, it's just getting over the junk in me, the things that I was brought up with, the programming in my subconscious mind. And that's really what it is. But I'll tell you what, sometimes reality is just too real. And that's what's so hard. When everything's coming in at you and the emotions and the things you're feeling and you feel this big, you know, that's the hard part. That's the
Do you
difficult
meditate?
part.
Have you tried? Is
No,
that something?
no, I tried. I'm not good at it.
Nobody's good at it. Nobody. It takes discipline, and discipline takes practice.
Yeah, that's out
So
the window then.
nobody,
Oh, just kidding. I was kidding.
nobody walks into a dojo and is a black belt, right, the first time.
Right.
So your body does not want to sit still, and your brain hates it. When you're like, wipe it out, be quiet, your brain
Yes.
hates it.
Yeah,
They
my
want
brain
to fill
hates it.
in all of that, and it's like a hamster wheel. Go, 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 go. If you can just sit in silence for 5 minutes, that helps your limiting beliefs, that helps those old tapes shut off.
Nice.
And if you can get that to shut off, this time for 5 minutes, maybe you get 5 minutes and 15 seconds and it goes in micro, positive micro, it does fine. That's fine. Eventually you'll get to, it's been years now, but I walk around noticing when those tapes start and I go, no, that's old, move. That's thanks for coming. Walk, and I like
Nice.
mentally see my hands go, get out of here, push it to the side. I don't want you here. Thanks for stopping by. And I literally sometimes do that motion. People will probably look at me weird, but I don't care. To get those,
I love that.
yeah, to get those tapes to stop, because like I said earlier, I'm a recovering codependent. So all I want to do is make people like me, please people, and make their lives easier. Well, what the hell about mine? What
Well,
about mine and my boys?
I learned this too, and I've talked about the little cup a lot, and we're going to talk about that again. So if your cup, say you got a little cup, it's right here, and you keep pouring out of your cup into other people's lives, you end up empty. But if you go to source, whatever that is for you, and you get filled up and the overflow is how you help people, then you're never, ever lacking for anything for yourself. And you can't help anyone else unless you help yourself first. It's not selfish. It's honestly the way it is. So your self-care is really, really important.
And part of that self-care is getting those tapes to stop.
Yeah.
And so meditation has done it for me, plus my therapy. My therapist is amazing. I just can't thank her enough for what she's helped me do in my life. So, there's a reason why if you're in a plane and the bags descend, the oxygen bags, they tell you to put it on yourself first. Because if you can't save yourself, you can't help the child next to you.
Absolutely.
You can't help your best friend this way. You have to save yourself first. You have to fill your cup first in order to fill others. And there's nothing, look at me when I say this, listen to my voice. There is nothing wrong with that. You are not being selfish. You are not taking time away from anybody. You deserve that new shirt, that new clothes. You don't have to wear things from 20 years ago. That mom guilt is BS. Get rid of it, because all it does is stop you. You deserve to be fulfilled. You do. And when you are, that actually teaches your children, then teaches your spouse and people around you that they deserve it as well. And so if you teach everybody around you that, you all are walking around these higher beings connected to source, fulfilled, beautiful. Now, how many people can you help after that?
A lot.
It's amazing. It's exponential. It really is.
And that's the thing. That's what people don't understand, is that you cannot put yourself last. Even if you want to put your kids first, which is supposed to be an admirable thing, it's actually the worst thing you can do. Because if you're not fulfilled yourself first, you're going to start getting, getting upset and all these other things because, everybody else has stuff, but I don't. All these bad things that start happening because you don't take care of yourself first.
My mom, I learned the codependency from her, she learned it from her mother. My mom likes to martyr herself. oh, you guys just go ahead and do everything and I'll just sit over here. I'll go without so you guys can have. And she has said more than once in her life that her purpose in life is to help all of the people in her life be better. Now, at the surface, it's so admirable. And please understand, I am not talking trash on my mom.
No.
But like you just said, you can't fill from an empty cup. And that's what she's tried to do all of her life. And
Mm-hmm.
that's just showed me that's what you do. So when you put yourself first, you're teaching your children, take care of you because nobody else will
Yes.
or is
Yes.
supposed to. It is not anybody else's job to take care of you. It is your
Right.
job.
It's your job. Unless there's situations where you can't. I mean,
Right.
I've been through a situation where I couldn't do things for myself. And I hated every second of it. I'll be honest. I am not that type of person, but it, it was a time that it was really, really tough for me.
I'm sure it was.
Really tough. But the one thing I brought out of that is, and I know maybe this is part of that martyr syndrome or about, I don't think so. You know how you always say you'd rather have it than your kid? I would take that for them. Well, I got to, and I don't feel bad about that. I feel like that was the way I would want it because I'm stronger than them, and I can take more. And so I don't think it wasn't putting myself first. It was just something I couldn't control.
Right. And that happens. That
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
Bryce is going to have to depend on somebody for the rest of his life to come and help him get an immune system into him. Right now, we have a nurse that comes every 4 weeks and does a 5-hour infusion into his body and infuses an immune system into him. So if you are a plasma donor or a plasma seller, I'm personally thanking you because you are saving my son's life.
Wow.
You usually don't see what happens on the other end of that donation or that sale, but I'm it. My kid is it. So thank you from the bottom of my heart because you've given me 14 and a half years with him and he's finally stable. And we're not in the hospital every other week. And he goes to school and he has friends and he's in the anime club. And I mean, he's living a teenage life and I could not be more grateful. So thank you for providing that to him. You might not know that that's where it's going, but that's where it's going.
That's amazing. I mean, it's hard for you to even say it. I can see that. It is a thing where, guys, if you don't donate blood, you should. You should. You know, you have blood drives all over the place. There's local places that you can donate, and it helps people like my guest tonight, Stacey, and it helps her son. And you can see the very real effect that it has on her and her life. And to be able to give someone else life like was given to me with a kidney, so that, I mean, if you have it on your driver's license or whatever they ask you, if you want to be a donor, you're not going to be using it anyway. So, you might as well donate to someone who needs it.
Absolutely. I absolutely 100% agree. Do you know where your kidney came from?
Yep. I had a cadaver female that died in a car crash.
Have you been in contact with her family?
Yes. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes. Yeah, that was amazing.
I just got goosebumps
I
again.
felt bad, but I mean, to me, I felt
Oh.
really bad. It was hard for me.
Listen, when Nate died, Nate was very much a giving soul, my youngest brother, and he had it as a donor on his driver's license. And my parents, when he was in the hospital because of his age and Oklahoma laws and whatever, so they had him on life support completely because he was dead. But they had to hold him for 72 hours because he's 32 and blah blah blah. So anyway, my parents said, take his organs, take everything you can use and give it to somebody else. Let his life not be in vain. And there was actually a team from Las Vegas on the plane to come and to harvest something for somebody here. And because my brother died in custody he was actually in jail at the time. He killed himself in jail, and they were neglectful in his care for his mental health. And falsified records. I just can't even tell you. It's disgusting. But anyway, because he was technically a ward of the state, they had to do an autopsy. And within the autopsy, all of that is negated. And so that was all for nothing. But so if you are not an organ donor, please consider it. And if you are an organ donor, please make sure the people around you know that that is your expressed wishes.
Yes.
Because you won't be around to push it, but they will.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So we've went over a bunch of things today. And I think that one thing we haven't really gone over a little bit is, and I don't know how to bring that up.
Say it. It's fine.
It's energy, basically, that you put out. It's very real, but it's like, this is the thing that they're getting with you as a person to collaborate with you in your business and do the things that, you know, that you do. You know what I mean?
Sorry, you guys.
He has to give his opinion too, unless it's a girl. We don't know that.
It is. She's neutered, so she's an it technically, but
you know,
she's small dog, so small dog syndrome. Hey, come here. Stop being obnoxious.
Come here and be on the show.
Yeah, right. Let's see. She's on my bed couch. There she is.
Well, hi.
That's Coco. Oh yeah.
Hello
hi.
there.
You pretty girl. She protects the castle.
That's good. That's good.
Yes, I believe energy is a real thing. I believe in karma. I believe what you put out in the universe, you get back threefold. I have spiritual healers that I see on a regular basis that actually helped me through the last 2 years. That have been very, very, very difficult because the first year and a half after Nate died, I just went down, and that was that. I hardly got out of bed. So it's been in the last 2 years that I've done a lot of growing. I see you. I see you in your growth. I see you in your struggle. There is nothing wrong with struggling. There's nothing wrong with growth. Growth is messy. It's so messy. But if you stay in a place when you are comfortable and you feel safe, you are not growing. You're not.
Yeah, I know
you
that
have
for sure.
to push those boundaries to grow. And so please know that. Please know that if you're comfortable, you don't want to be.
Absolutely
you don't want to be.
Because you're not growing. You're not going anywhere. And this is what the entrepreneurial journey does to you. It shows you a mirror. Your business is the mirror for yourself. And so whatever that you are on the inside, your business is going to show on the outside. And as soon as you get content, your business is going to be content. So it won't grow.
No, it just
or
stagnates.
Or stagnates. The thing is that we are battling that person in the mirror. That's our number one enemy. It's not competition. It's not other people. It's not, oh, this thing happened to me, so it limited me. It's not any of that.
Right.
It's us. It is us. I had a bunch of things go wrong in 2020. Just engine blew, lost my job, all that. I'm depending on income from online right now. And it's going well, but everything is going crazy inside of me. Just nuts, because I'm like, oh my God, but it's working, Don't ask me how, because I really don't know.
So it doesn't. The how and the how and the when, that is not up to you.
Right.
That's not up to you.
Right. But the when sometimes really needs to be now.
I know. But you can't ask for abundance and go right now. You have to, you do today will affect you in 90 days.
Yep.
It's not 3 months.
Really?
What you do today, whether your personal or your business, you'll see the benefits or the ramifications, whether positive or negative, in 90 days.
I love that.
So think about what you're doing from an entrepreneurial standpoint. Think about what you're doing today. Did you get on Instagram and comment on people's and send them love somehow?
Nope.
Did you get on Facebook and message some people and say, how are you? Did you message them without any intent of needing something back?
Yes.
Because it's when you do that you grow and that your business grows. When you actually check in with people and say, hi, how are you? What's going on? It was your birthday last week. Did you do something super fun? Tell me. I want to know everything.
There you go.
Then it comes
I
back to you.
have a coach that, coach friend, Alicia, that had a really bad dog bite on both hands. So I was trying to check on her today, make sure she was all right. She's really, really something on the inside. Man, that girl just goes, you know what I'm saying? But it was like she was showing her hands and how mangled the cuts and all. I was like, holy cow. So she can barely text right now, and things are, and she's all positive attitude, I mean, that's just her, it really is. My friend that I just had on the show, her name is Shirley, and her friend had her arm cut off in an accident. And she was just like, okay, what's next? I'm positive, I'm okay, everything's fine, blah, blah, blah. And she's just amazing. There's people out there that and I believe you are that too. I really do. People that are just amazing that, things go wrong and you may not handle it right every single day, but you know what? You're working towards that. I can see that. It's difficult for you sometimes.
And that's okay. It's okay to have a down day. I had a down day earlier this week and I just really could not.
Me too.
Life.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
You have to honor those days and say, okay, you're here. I get that. I will always be in grief with my brother. I will always be in grief. Grief will never leave me. And it's just how I manage the days where it kicks hard.
Mm-hmm.
So take your time, take a long bath, call out of work, like whatever you need to do for you, that is fine. Again, it goes back to that, oh, it's selfish, oh, mom guilt. No, it's not. You are taking care of yourself, and in turn, you are taking care of all of the people around you. And that is just fine.
That's true. I don't have mom guilt. I'm just saying.
Parent guilt. Moms feel it a lot more.
I had to do it, I had to say that.
Listen, I know people that have mom guilt over their fur babies. So
no, I did.
Whatever.
I did. One of my cats died. It had him for 12 years, and it just
it changes you. Yeah,
killed me.
Absolutely.
And it was it was a while back, but it was like last year, year before. I lose track of time with that stuff.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing, actually. So, it really isn't.
And I like this because on this show, we're very transparent. We tell the truth. That's why it's called the Entrepreneurial Truth, because it's not the journey of, hey, guess what? Stacey's an overnight success and she did everything wonderful and perfect and everything's fine. It's not. That is not the way it works. I mean, we fail over and over and over again because maybe we're just too dumb not to, but
that's fine. It's, you know what? It's not a failure. It's a fail forward. As long as you grow from that, then it was worth something.
Yeah, it was. And I think that you're doing an amazing job. I just want to get your message out there. So if you want to take the time now to tell us about where we can get a hold of stuff for you, or how they can get a hold of you to join your team or to try your products, I just want you to be able to do that right now. If you
want. I have to show you my sweatshirt. I had it. A friend of mine made it.
Oh, yay.
Isn't that so cute? And then.
Okay, you're going to have to show it again because start talking because it switches.
That's
there
true.
We go.
Okay, so drink ketones, and on the back is all of the benefits with the rhino, because we charge forward in this company. So it's all of the benefits, the focus, the clarity,
sleep, focus, clarity,
better
energy.
Sleep. My sleep is amazing. I used to sleep 4 hours a night, and now I get a good solid 8. I don't wake up that much, unless my body starts hurting, which is typical of fibromyalgia. So I can't, my hips start hurting after they're a little sore for a while, but that's fine. So first of all, I have to plug the podcast because it's new. We just recorded our 5th episode today. It's called Help, I'm Adulting and I Can't Give Up, where my friend and I, her name's Dara Lynn, we come at problems that maybe you have and you haven't solved yet, or you need advice on, or just issues like, how do you forgive somebody after they've done so many wrong things to you in your life? And it came because adulting is hard, and I feel like I feel like advice isn't given on a genuine level anymore. I feel like in this Instagram perfect world, again, things are not as they seem, and people feel like maybe they shouldn't be broken, but you're broken. That's fine. That's fine. I'm broken too. But it's you putting your pieces together that's what makes you stronger. So there's nothing wrong with that. So if you can get a little bit of help from an unbiased source, then do that. So if you have a problem that you need a second opinion on, or maybe it hasn't been solved yet, or maybe you just want a different take on it, please email me. It's help_I'm, so just I am, no apostrophe, because it's Google, it's Gmail. So help_I'm_adulting at gmail.com. And just email me your issue. And if you are comfortable to come on a Zoom, then we'll have you as a guest. If you are not, then I will protect your identity and give you probably a funny name, and put out your information and your problem and solve it anyway. I am on Facebook under Stacey Short. My Facebook is completely open. You can tell it's me because my little tagline says, "Life is hard. Let's do it together, shall we?" So there's that. Plus, you'll see my purple hair and my red lips, so that's how you know it's me. And then on Instagram, I'm at a few short minutes. And so come find me, DM me, friend me. If you want information about the ketones, please DM me. We have this fantastic keto group that is super supportive. I mean, like, there is no shade thrown in that group at all. A bunch of recipes, a bunch of how-tos. If you'd like to be a member, please DM me. I will gladly put you in there, and then I can tag you about the products, and then we can go from there. They are amazing. It's 100% money back guarantee, which I would not do any business that wasn't, because that is my integrity, and integrity is very, very important in my life. I feel it's one of my strongest attributes. And the Young Living, I don't know if you know very much about essential oils and the holistic movement, but I would love to introduce you to those as well. And let's get the chemicals out of your house. Like, if you're cleaning and your body and your brain and your nose are going, "Oh God, get out of there," you should not be using that in your house. It's terrible. Just by smelling it, you're already poisoning your body. Already. It's crazy. So just, get a hold of me on Facebook or Instagram. Let's be friends. And thank you for having me today, Jim. I appreciate your time. This has been fantastic.
It's been a lot of fun, and it's been interesting, enlightening. The links that you have, they're going to be down in the description. So you just look down in the description. All you have to do is click and go.
Thank you.
Makes it so simple. All right. Anything you want to leave everybody with thought of, like, wisdom or something?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the music.
Yeah, right. So my wisdom is that this is messy and nobody gets out alive. So the more people you bring around you that are genuine to your vibe, again, your vibe attracts your tribe. If you need a small circle and that's all it takes, then that's all it takes. You don't have to have 100 friends to be amazing. But make sure that everybody around you is there for you, not what you can do for them. And stop carrying burdens that other people gave to you who didn't love you. Put those down. They're very heavy and you don't need to carry those. And one of my favorite mentors, although he doesn't know he's a mentor of mine, is Dr. Joe Dispenza. If you don't know who he is, oh God, I love him.
Me too.
I just want to be adopted and follow him around like he's the Grateful Dead or Fish or somebody, because I think it's amazing. Do they have that? Do they have
I don't know.
in that? So he says, be where your feet are. And what that means to me is be present in the moment. Don't be running those old tapes in your head. You know how you drive to a place and you get there really fast and you don't even remember how you got there? That's actually not a good thing. That means you were completely in your head. You were not in the present moment. You were living in the past, running those old tapes, and you weren't watching what's going on around you. So a really easy way to start being in the present moment is when you drive, Notice things around. Oh, there's a red car. Oh, that's a speed limit sign that says 35. Oh, there's a McDonald's. Oh, there's a Sprouts Market. And point things out mentally in your head. Make your head say them, like make your mind voice say them, or say them out loud. If you're by yourself, who cares? Everybody looks a little crazy in their car anyway. And that will center you, that will ground you, and it will take those voices out of your head. And you can actually do that just sitting here right now. So if you are watching this and you are hearing those old tapes run in your head of, oh, she says this, but I can't do that, or he said that, and I don't think I have the knowledge for that. First of all, if you come on board with me and my team, I will teach you this. I have mentors that teach me to teach you, to teach others, and it's very easy. And no matter which business it is, whatever. And Jim obviously has had guests on here that teach you things, or have coaches like, coaching seminars, or email seminars, whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
So you have access to a lot of things to teach you how to do this. Be an entrepreneur, period. It doesn't matter which vein you go in, right? So, okay. So if you're sitting here and you're hearing all of that in your head instead of what I'm saying, look at the screen right now, or look around you if you're just listening to this. Pick out 2 things that you can see. So for me, my fan behind me, my little group team on my vision board, and this red thing right here that has all my iPhone cords in for the kids. So that is a way to ground you immediately. If you're having an anxiety attack, do that. Put your feet in grass. Ground yourself to the world, to the earth. Get that energy flowing from the earth into you that replenishes you. That's just, be present. Be present in your day for you. And not only for you, but the people that you love around you. And that is what be where your feet are. That's what that means from Joe Dispenza, and it's my favorite quote of his. So be where your feet are, people. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining Jim. Thank you for having me. I hope we can connect. I really do want to connect with as many people as possible. And it's not for my business. It's just because I love people. Crazy. I've worked in the F&B industry for 20 plus years and I still love people. I must be psychotic.
Yeah, maybe. But I don't know. I don't think that at all. All right, everybody. Gosh, this has been a good time. All right, everybody. I really appreciate you checking us out. And if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and the little bell thing that rings in your head or something. And everybody have a great day.